York's Henry Wharton, former British, Commonwealth, European, three-time world title challenger, um, and now coach, patriotic Leeds man, York man. So we've had a session tonight with one of your close friends, Sean, and myself, and we've got 20 chapters for the foundation of a forthcoming book. So you've got your first book, which was tremendous, by the way, Henry's Dream. Really, really good. I'm going to put the link in the bio. Anyone who fancies to reach out and buy the book. But there was just a little meat on the bones. It was just, listen, it was just kind of, maybe I'm obsessed, which I probably am. I'm a stickler for detail. But why now? Kicking on for, you're 57 now. I mean, Junior Witter always hates me saying 50. I talk about him saying Hatton Witter, but he's going to fight Ricky Hatton's dad these days. Old guy. Why now to do like a book and a film? I'm not going to mention the film company we're going to do. If you spoke to them, they're an award-winning filmmaker, really good. Did you always know you were going to do a second book?
I think so, Jamie. I think that the progression with the gym, the way it's going now, that we look after young people, pros and amateurs, and a lot of them are good fighters. And they've come from the scratch. So we've trained them. So it's a credit to where they've come from, the young people. But we'll just keep going, my mate, don't we?
And the documentary, it's we were talking about earlier, and you said people have mentioned it to you, and you went, no, it's not a film, it's a documentary. It is a film. This is the 21st century. People, it will capture your emotions, and there is some really sad things you can talk about. People really close to you no longer here, and your achievements. Some things that maybe even keep you awake at night. But hindsight's a wonderful thing. Looking back,
I think looking back, Jamie, I think every story that you read as a youngster like me, who was, boxing appealed to me. Boxing was what I did.
yeah.
What I did. And I read stories. It's the way I learned to read. I read stories. I read into where there was. I looked at pictures, and it captured me. It captured imagination for me, and it got to me. It got me. I understood all that, and I seem to understand it all. And hopefully, like what's happened now, I can paint the picture because I've seen a lot in my life during the boxing life that I have. I can pass on. I can pass on my knowledge to the fighters that haven't seen it because I can see the picture. I can see the picture of their need.
Am I right in saying though? Am I right in saying you're not? Obviously, listen. Can't teach. We were talking about this earlier. You can't teach a dog new tricks. Or no dog new tricks. You've been an amateur boxer, professional boxer. You were brought up Roman heritage. It's just part of who they are. You hold their hands up before they can walk. What else were you going to do? And am I right in saying that you're now a professional coach, you're an amateur coach, you're more of like a youth worker and a dad? A lot of them.
I think something you don't sign up for,
Yeah.
but you do that. It does come with a job. Yeah, it's not necessarily a job.
Mm.
We don't work for a living doing what we do, but work alongside the youth and work alongside the youngsters, and that's what we do. We look after all people, and there's a good side to it as well, Jamie, because there's a lot of young and vulnerable people out there today, like there fortunately always has been. But
it's more magnified now with your suicides and the nastiness online.
No, yeah, without a doubt. And we're there for them, and we educate it without one being world champion. Just somebody coming in the gym might be their way, might just be getting them away from people that shouldn't be around anyway.
Yeah, because the world now is a cruel world, and I mean it always was, but you know it's more noted these days. I feel really sorry for the people in the 60s and the 70s, and I've done books on, you know, one guy, Lee Duffy, born 65. So when he was growing up in the 70s, oh, he's got ADHD, whatever it was. And I was okay because it doesn't exist. And, the dad beat the mum up and all. And this isn't normal now. But today's society, in the 21st century, it's more noted. And am I right in saying, I'm not expecting to name names or whatever, but it's the people, you come in gyms and you can see what's happening around them.
I think with gymnasiums, you get to know over the years and over the times. I've been doing it for like about 13, 14 years now. And whether right or wrong, you get to read people pretty quick. And yeah, do you become a teacher? Do you become a student? I don't know. But you pick up on people's adversities and all the good times, bad times that they're having, and they're going through. And hopefully, just a little bit of that, a place to go to, not necessarily a boxing gym, but just somewhere to go. Bowling club, sports club, darts club, pool club, wherever it is. As long as they're speaking and they're talking to somebody, and it's a way of another education, a path of something. It's a way out. It's a way.
So am I right in saying that you're not
guidance.
looking for the champions? You're looking for you're a pillar of the community.
Yeah.
You're looking for the kids who've been bullied and the women and children and all that.
I just think we're bigger than that, Jamie, because if we were just looking for champions, it'd be very selfish.
But they do exist.
Of course they do. Of course we do. And when we do a boxing club, we want to be champions. We want to turn people, normal people, into the champions. That's what they come to the gym for. But not everybody. If we own 100 people, 1,000 people, a million people, how many are going to be world champion? How many are going to be champion? Not many. But how many are going to change? How many people is going to get a job from a friend that come to the gym? How many people is going to be I don't know, labour for so and so, labour for so and so? They're all going to have a different way out, and they're going to be given a chance and opportunity, but they wouldn't normally have elsewhere.
But you know what? Obviously, I've got Junior Whitter's book coming out this year, and I quickly realised that what that man done for the community of Winkerbank and Sheffield as a whole, what he done for the boxers was 10%. That guy was a psychologist. He was a philosophist. He was, I'm not surprised that there's been a street named after him and a charity. And I mean, you're kicking on for 60 now, 57. But I mean, can you see yourself doing this forever?
No, not really, Jamie, but be hard to walk away from. Be hard
It's
to
all
walk
you've
away
known.
from. I know, but do you know what? The pressures, the pressures that come with it, Jamie. Do we need it? No. But it's what we do, my man. It's what we do. To walk away from young, innocent people
Yeah,
and not to give them the chance and the opportunity would hurt me more.
yeah.
That's what would hurt me more. Because to see them, to rise from what we do, from just as a boxing stance, from to go from a non-boxer, a complete novice, and then to one day to fight for a championship as a professional
Or even
fighter.
a trophy.
To even fight for a championship, just even to fight for a trophy in a working men's club,
Yeah.
even a skills bout, they've achieved the goal.
Mhm.
You've got them to the best platform that they'll ever achieve, and they win anyway. They win anyway, so they've already done it. But then to get the opposite, to get some young people from a negative point to take them from to take them to a professional champion, is just something else for me.
Yeah, and obviously you've got a thriving gym at the minute. I've been in your gym tonight, and obviously, I'm not even going to talk about Luke Boymua, who's he is ridiculously special. But you've got a gym that is just bursting with energy, and your cousin Billy Moore said to me, "Jamie, this is normally 3 times it's packed tonight," and that is amazing. That is really special, and you're doing something to keep the kids off the street and being bullied or whatever, the girls, the ladies or whatever. Giving back to the community.
Yeah, of course, but it's just like every other boxing club, Jimmy. I think that they should encourage more boxing clubs, more youth clubs, more whatever club. Just encourage, because now there's a lack of them.
Yeah.
There's less of them. and that's unfortunate. The sad truth.
Do you know
about
what
the
I've
sport.
noticed as well is obviously I've done a lot of research. Like, have you aware? And I might see your eyebrows raised. So years ago, when I grew up in Middlesbrough, there was boxing gyms in pubs or above pubs. You know, they're all good these days. How often do you see a boxing gym in above a pub? It's all youth, and you know the middle of where I was. Your Phil Thomas, the Old Vic, the Wellington. They were all above pubs, and this is a thing of the past.
But you don't find it anymore. You don't find that there's land anymore. You don't find that there's property anymore. Unfortunately, things have got a little bit. People taking over property as such.
Yeah,
Normally was vacant. You could
it was
move
done
in.
for nothing years ago, wasn't it?
Of course it was, and it is now.
Yeah,
Boxing is what it
not
is.
compared to what it was years ago.
Maybe not that,
You
but
know.
it is what it is. It's still always going to be, whether you like it or not. It's still a rags to riches, isn't it?
Yeah, and for the question to anyone watching this who has a kid around the York and North Yorkshire area being bullied, and I'm going to put all the links to Henry's links. So if anyone watching this, click on the link in the bio. Your gym's more than welcome for people to come along and whatever, regardless of the levels.
Everybody is always welcome in Henry's gym. Always.
Mm.
We don't do race, we don't do colour, we don't do religion. Everybody is free in Henry's gym. We're all one in Henry's gym, and that's the way it should be throughout the world, all the time, every time.
Yeah, and what you just said there reminded me of what Johnny Nelson said to me long back. He said, when you went to Brendan Ingles' gym, he said you would find a criminal, train him with a policeman, a cancer patient, train him with a fit. He said there was no, and it, being, you find Nassim Ahmed, well star, training with someone who had two and lost them both. And it's like very much like your gym, Henry.
Yeah, without a doubt. I
Yeah,
think all gyms are the same, Jamie. All gyms are the same. We do our best, and without knowing that we're doing any good,
yeah.
we're there for them. But we actually love what we do.
Mm. Marvelous. Listen, I'm gonna. In fact, one last question. Guinness.
Anyway, just maybe one or two, Jamie. We'll forget the other 9.
Right, we'll forget. Listen, anyone, always a pleasure. And as I said, anyone who wants to follow Henry's page or get the kids to join the gym, nephews, nieces, Henry is a very approachable guy. Got a book coming out. He's got a film coming out next year. Henry, always a pleasure. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Jamie.